Good afternoon, it's Margie. I'm at the end of my rope. I live in New Jersey in Franklin Park. There's a jurisdiction in Franklin Township. Even in East Mayfield crime. But it doesn't matter. This man has reported every goddamn physical assault, mental assault, constant harassment, and then they send police and this lady, Kathleen, she's a mental health screener. And the cops, then take my statement. Nobody wants to prosecute Kramer. Or, right now, it's the entire town council of Franklin Township in New Jersey. They're all, and the police in Franklin. Robert Johnson, St. Peter's, Carrier Clinic, Clara Moss, taxi cabs. The police are the worst. This Kramer is trying to murder me for 2 years. Why? Something he did years ago, the Catholic people, the Consulate of Fathers. I'm not going to go into it, but it was criminal, it was conniving, and it was illegal. He trapped these poor fathers and stealing 639 prime acres of New Jersey. Anyway, so for the past 2 years, this cunt has been taking my life apart. I have no social service for Kathleen, the policeman. They're coming to my house today. And they're supposed to remove the airlock over. They couldn't find it. No. See, my brother Charles, he says that's a lie. My cousin Charles, he says that's a lie. And both of them said, why are you trying to kill me? What the hell, Kramer? And the whole state of New Jersey. Mikey, Cheryl, she was a prosecutor. Mikey, why don't you help me? I have so much felonious assaults on my life and put them all to jail. But no, see, this is a democratic state, a blue state, and the corruption is so deep you couldn't even get it under your nail. I mean, this is the worst. Cheryl, she's a scumbag. Kramer, he's a scumbag. All of Franklin. I have lots of friends with them. I have low people in high places and high people in low places and all kinds of people. I'm going to have to do this myself. I worked years ago for my husband who's passed. And we were working for the Teamsters. And they were being, affordably reduced their ability to negotiate pay. Anyway, so I got a group of attorneys from Washington, D.C., only one, and even though the Teamsters were under jurisdiction of the United States government and were going against a private company, I had $35,000 to $40,000 for each employee that they will need to be restored. There's always injustice, and if nobody fights it, it will continue. And I will say here in New Jersey, these people have done everything they can. Break my arm, dislocate my shoulder, punch me in the head, drug me mercilessly, drug me with drugs I'm allergic to. Clara Moss, Carrier Clinic, Robert Wood Johnson, St. Peter's. It's just endless. And this Kramer, and you know what my cousins say? It wasn't Kramer alone. It was Governor Murphy. And I don't know, where is he? How am I going to get justice for me from Murphy? You cunt. What the hell is this going to happen to me? I'm a little old lady. Look. I'm like 76 years old, and they're still trying to kill me. And even though I survived, they forced me to have a colonoscopy with an Egyptian kind of special enteral, and they didn't. It was a lie, and I had a horrible blockage. I almost died. I have to fight to survive every day. People, right now, I have no food, no money, and no cash. I ask for social services to help me with. They can't. They won't, because Kramer makes it. I can't even call them. And then we got this Kathleen, these cops. Do you think they would lend me a fucking helping hand? No. They'll walk out. Fucking lazy shit faces. Do something. I mean, what kind of world is this? When an old lady can't get any help from the police, or prosecutors in her state, and look, they are murders attempts. It's insane. I don't understand how this Kramer and these township people, see, the entire town council in Franklin, the entire police department, well, we'll say half the police department, they're going to take my say, they want to hurt me, and I won't stop. That's not just the police. And Kramer, he's got everybody on his side. He's a powerful little cunt. Can you believe this? This man has been over 31 years in office in Franklin. Did you ever hear such an absurd thing? And you know what? All the town council members, over 30 years. In fact, Miss Kimberly, I used to talk to her when my child was in school. Franklin was sucking then too. But this woman, Kimberly, and all of it are still in office. And they don't do a fucking thing. I was the Girl Scout leader, the PTO president. I wrote Shakespeare's, you can't be honest. I've done everything kind. I've never hurt anybody. But if you speak the truth, people are going to hurt you. And they do. Why can't I get a cop to take my statement against Kramer? Or prosecutor? Mikey, Cheryl, why don't you help me? I mean, you're crooked, you're cheated, you're the governor now. Do something to help me. Or do I have to try and take the entire state down, you lousy bitch? I'll do my best, because you've all done your best to take me down. It's an inch of my life. By the time I came, skin and bones, everything hurt. I had no food. Kramer wouldn't even allow food to be delivered to my home because he wanted me to die. And he still wants me to. He's chuckling right now. The cop and the news report. Oh, there's no hell. I can't find it. You can't. Let's talk to my brother Charles. Okay? Talk to Charles and see what he says to you. You're a bunch of shit liars. And don't come into my house again. Kramer, don't send that Kathleen bitch. Don't send a cop in disguise, a detective disguised as an ordinary cop. Take my statement against Kramer, or find me someone who will. Mr. Musk, Donald Trump, for God's sakes, Judge Janine. There's nobody in New Jersey you can see he always working freely. And Mikey Sure, she's giving all the energy assistance to illegal migrants. She's a cunt, a liar, and a cheat. She has to be deposed. And the point of it is, he in New Jersey, we have the most rapid voter for it. You can imagine. No ID needed. No. In fact, all over the state, remember those little mailboxes? You just put your vote in. You don't have to ID. You can put in 10 guys with different names. They don't care. They count it, and this bitch, Cheryl, and she's a dyke. Did you see this, the face of her? My God, she's ugly. She's ugly. You know, and when you're ugly, it represents who you are inside. She's an ugly cunt. She's mean. She's surreptitiously cruel. She's undermining our state by her pervasive idiot democracy ideas. She doesn't want to ice. Well, Mikey, we need ice. And they should take you out first. You're a lying cunt. You're a she wasn't allowed to go in her Naval Academy graduation ceremony. Why? Because she cheated. Mikey's, I was just trying to help our friend. I'm sure, Mike, you look like a real helpful girl. A real helpful. How you had 4 children and you're a dyke? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I see some. If you're in the Navy and you're a helicopter pilot, where are you at? I'd like to see a picture of you. You're flying a helicopter, Mikey, or you're doing something official other than lying bitch and manipulating the public so that only the elite get help and people like me are dying. My Social Security has been manipulated by the people in New Brunswick. You call anytime. It's the same black lady on the phone. How is that possible? Year after year. I get $1,700 a month. And so right now, this bitch, Janelle, she comes to my house. She's a social worker. She didn't help a fucking thing. I have no assistance since last July or before. I went Kramer, tried to steal my home. They put my home in foreclosure, locked me in Carrier Clinic, locked me in it was in Claremont because Robert Johnson, the big black man, broke my arm, dislocated my shoulder. Some bitch would stab me with Zyprex, and then they sent me off to Claremont until my arm looked better enough to let me go. In Claremont, homeless people, it's a prison. You can't get a Tylenol, you can't get an aspirin, you can't get food, get nothing but fear, anxiety, and this pervasive evil. These are evil people. These are not mental health professionals, let me assure you, because I know some. Yeah. And it's absurd. I don't understand where I can go. Donald Trump, we got you elected. Do you think you can get someone in New Jersey to help a little old lady like me? Because in New Jersey, they're going to kill me. And they won't stop until they're done. And everybody they sent to my house supposedly to help me, they're not. They're lying scum. They want to put me away so they don't have to deal with me. They don't want to deal with the horrors. The physical horrors that they have are Nazi-like. I was forced to have a colonoscopy with an Egyptian, doctor, and I was dying. It was a blood.
Take a hit of this.